everybody. Marty Marr, Jonathan Snider at the shack. What's going on, fellas?
What's up with it?
You
I
know, another day in the life.
Man, I've been excited. I was excited for this episode because I had first heard of you, Marty Marr. I just were friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
Your name came up on some things, on different just different threads, and I knew that you know you dabbled in rapping. I didn't know anything about you till when I heard you. I was like, damn, that dude's good. And I commented right away. I said, dude, you got skills, brother, and you do. And you, Jonathan, same thing. I'm not. I mean, I should, and I do. Oh, I do a little bit look for talent, but and I search for it, but not a lot. I'm doing my thing, and
I get that.
something hits me. It hits me, and I saw something with you, and I guess through maybe Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan Smith.
Yes.
Yeah. Him and I did a track together.
Who I had in here, and I said, what the hell? So I checked it out, and it was a video y'all did.
Yeah,
I said, dude, that's badass.
Yeah, that was a cool video to
And
shoot.
just coincidentally, you're about to do a show here.
Yeah.
Here at the backyard, it's like, bam. Let's see if I can get this guy on here. So thank you for doing this, both of you fellas.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, I've been wanting to get y'all here for a whole minute. I want to start off with you just because we talked a little bit about where you're from. You're from the neighborhood right here.
Yes, sir. South Waco, Texas.
University, UW.
Yes, sir.
UW. What'd you do? Would you ever in the university, in your football playing or?
Yeah, I dropped that.
I hear you. Hey, on channel, I tell you what, behind this monitor, Lewis, turn it down a little bit because it's starting to whistle. But so you dropped out. So what was your thing in high school?
I was already making music. I just wasn't really serious with it, like freestyling at lunch type shit. But I wasn't really too focused on school. We had a whole lot other to worry about,
Right.
more going on than that. And I just felt like that was probably, like, to me, the least important thing was what I had got going on.
That's what's up. So how did it all start off with just like you and your friends just making beats? Or?
No, actually, shout out to my Uncle P, Capital Foil, for real, Capital P. He started this shit, in the South. And
Right.
Yeah.
I was a youngin' going to the house, he take me to the studio with him, they be back there rapping.
Wow.
When you a youngin', and you in the hood and you seeing this shit and like you hearing this shit, that you seeing, that shit hard to you. You want to do that. You feel
sure.
me?
Absolutely.
For sure, that's
So
like,
yeah, it's inspiration.
it hit you like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's what's up. So what were they doing? Like what kind of music? Was it freestyle mainly?
Nah, that was making industry music, real
That's what's
music.
up.
Yeah.
Oh, how about you, brother? Where you from?
So I was born and raised in Waco. Spent a lot of time out in McGregor until I kind of grew up.
A bulldog.
Yeah, a bulldog at heart.
I was the other bulldog. I was a model bulldog.
Oh, well, you probably should have told me that before you invited me
I
on.
hear you.
No, so after McGregor, I grew up, had a family, moved into actually like Central Waco. Done a little traveling, lived in California for a little bit.
How old were you?
Shoot, that was like 4 years ago. So
Okay.
about, I don't know, 23, 24, moved out there.
Okay.
And, I'd already kind of been invested in trying to make music. So moving out there to the West Coast was something that, I was interested in and trying to like get the feel for it.
I mean, everybody's been going to California.
Absolutely, and it's beautiful. It really is. The people aren't like Southern hospitality people though. There's definitely a difference in the demeanor out there, but the scenery is beautiful.
I bet the vibe alone is inspiring, knowing how many, not just rappers, not just musicians, but how many creators in all industries
Yeah,
have gone through there.
absolutely,
You know,
absolutely.
that's still that's a place that they're still making movies and all the people still.
For sure.
I know a lot of them come over here to Austin now,
Yeah.
but that's a whole other thing. What do y'all think about that?
Well, I mean, I actually have this conversation with my grandpa a lot, and I'm not gonna lie to you. If I was living somewhere, living in a $2.5 million house, and sell that and go buy that same exact house down south for $200,000 and pocket 2.3 in profit,
Right.
I'd do it every day.
And not get a 13% tax.
Right.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
So,
Salute, my brothers. I was gonna let the folks know, and I did on my other podcast, but the reason why I've been wearing glasses, I've had an eye issue, and these lights, especially these fluorescent ones, man, they mess with me. So God willing, hopefully, I'll be back 100% about 3 more months. But I'll be wearing these sunglasses. It's something that just hit me a couple weeks ago, and like all I can do is take it.
Yeah.
And try to do my best. I've been improving my health. I've been eating better and all that stuff. And you got to do that. And when things start breaking down, it's letting you know, dude, you're letting yourself go a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
And I'll admit, I'm what you call it. I'm not a fat dude, but I weigh 180 pounds. That's But when I weighed 180 pounds when I was this guy's age, it was a different physique.
Right.
It's because I'm what you call skinny fat.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, you can't sit down and just, watch your weight and thinking, okay, you're this weight, you're good when you're not.
Right. Well, and then as you start getting older, and I've tried to shy away from that topic a little bit, but I mean, your body starts changing a little bit, and you got to work on really keeping it up in different ways.
And that was eye opening for me. So I started, man.
No pun intended with the glasses on.
Yes.
Eye opening.
Hey-o.
All right.
What's that? It's not? On me or everybody? On me. I tell you what, brother, I'm turning off the volume on channel 3, and I'm going to move you to a different channel. Hold up. Give me 1 second. All right, turn on 7 and turn on the phantom power. Y'all can talk if y'all want to, fellas. That way you don't have to leave me hanging real quick.
Bet.
Yeah, that's a bet.
Shit. Matter of fact, y'all get to meet each other real quick while I fix this audio.
All right. Well, shoot, I'll start. I'll just talk a little bit about myself. So I've been making music for about for a little over 3 years now. I'd always kind of like you, always like freestyle and did things like that coming up in school. And,
Yeah.
You hit a house party and everybody kind of groups up and you that
Yeah.
But I really didn't invest in trying to make music until I was about 24, 25, and then really dove into it. Started trying to learn the ins and outs of the trade and distribution and how I can make money back on it and things like that.
Yeah.
So, shit, it's been a hell of a road. If you would have asked me 3 years ago if I'd have been able to do the things that I've done now, I don't know that I would give you that answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because everything just is different, but it's not the difference you think it was going to be. Shit really lit. You feel me?
Yeah. Absolutely. To be able to get on stage and to feel people feeling what you're doing, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a whole feeling.
That's that shit. That's probably my favorite thing. That's what really, got me more into it.
Absolutely.
My first little concert, it was shout out GTK, Giovanni the King. He shot my first video that weekend. He had a little concert. It was pretty much like if Giovanni shot you, you get to perform.
Yeah.
So I did my first video, my first little in the same week. And by the time I performed, it was already at the end. I got there later some more shit. And there was maybe little 20 people there, little 15, whatever.
Yeah.
But just feeling them, I had already knew some folks that they had knew my music, they didn't leave me hanging. You feel me?
Right.
That little crowd to me, that made that shit turn up,
For sure.
So that shit really got me into it. Man, just imagine, you feel me? I'll start busting down these shows. What's gonna come with it?
Yeah.
You feel me?
How many songs did you do that night?
I did 2.
2. What was it like for that? Your first experience? Was that your first?
Yeah, it was my first.
So what was that like? How was the crowd first?
Man, the crowd really, they don't take you too serious and they don't know who you is. And the ones that did know me, they ain't know me for the rap shit. I was known for other shit. So it's like with everybody, even with me, like it's weird seeing me with a mic in my hand. It's new. It's new to everybody. So it's pretty much like the same response I got from myself. It's kind of like, you know what you're doing. It look different.
Well, and I think we all kind of like, especially if you're born and raised in this town, you hit like this moment in trying to pursue this where people are like, should we take him seriously?
Yeah,
holding
exactly.
That mic or not? And then like those first few shows get under your belt and people actually really start supporting it, and it's just like, okay, yeah, we're gonna support what he's doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's a heavy thing, and way more heavier than where I come from, which is, I play rock. I play all genres. I started off with rock. People are gonna like you regardless, especially playing a bar.
Right.
They could care less if you're there anyway.
Right. They're there to have a good time.
But rap is different. You better bring it, and it's gotta be. What's crazy that we get away with it in rock. We're doing somebody else's songs.
Right.
This is gonna be all y'all.
Absolutely.
This is gonna be Jonathan's. This is gonna be Marty Marr song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hell yeah.
You better bring it, because you know what? Because everybody else done brought it. You know what I'm saying? So that's a heavy load.
It is.
So you up there on stage, the first song. What were you thinking?
Man, I was like, what really had got me is by the time I got there, like I said, it was late, but there was still some people performing, and it was like the ones that had already had a name, already had a buzz type shit. Folks knew who they was. They were there to support. And it's like, once they left, everybody else left. So I like, damn, if I ain't had nobody to support me, I'll solo dolo. You feel me? I'm always like, that's how I was, solo dolo with whatever.
Okay.
And I started walking up, little steps.
That was your beat you gave me. That was your beat.
Yeah,
okay.
and I had got on the stage, and I was just like, I started looking down the crowd. I like, damn. I like, this for real. I done came to this little concert, done walked up on the stage. Yeah. I like, now I have to pop my shit. Like, I got it turned up. They're like, there's no other option. And that shit, I turned up. You feel me?
Yes, they did I guess whenever it was done, what was the crowd response?
It was love. They was fucking with it, little handshake, little dap ups, little whoop-de-woo, it was a little better than what I thought, but overall, it was lit. Shit was lit.
And the whole like underground music support scene has just continued to grow over the last, I don't know, year and a half, man. Because they're doing all kinds of different shows and things around here, and there's a lot of love from the city.
Dude, Waco, man. Waco, I can go on and on about what Waco's been doing. I talk about it all the time. Dude, because I'm so proud of it, because, dude, whenever I was out there playing a lot, I play once in a while, not a lot. When I was out there playing a lot, dude, it was like, in downtown, there was like maybe one or two places, but they weren't really having bands.
Right.
So, we had to play around Waco. That was just in Waco, so a lot of the times, we were on the road.
Yeah.
Which we loved it, though. But what I'm saying, but Waco was not known for arts. Now Waco is like, we got our stamp on the map.
Absolutely.
We're known for art now. That's a big deal, because you know what? People love art. People need art. But even though it shouldn't be like that, there's a lot of money in art too.
There is.
You know what? But at the same time, that's not bad. Why can't you make money doing what you love to do?
Right. Well,
absolutely.
And the more that everybody gets on like the support wave, all you're doing is continuing to build these artists, to build these different promoters and stuff like that. Because once everybody's working together, I think the whole city sees that like unity, and it just continues to grow.
For
and
sure.
Everybody's prospering.
Sure. Can we hear one of you gentlemen sing?
Shoot.
Who wants to do one?
I'll run in with a song.
Is that cool?
Yeah, let's go.
Which one do you want to do?
Let's start with What We Sow. Let's cue up What We Sow. What We Sow, and just I'll give a little backstory on it. What We Sow was wrote. So I was a single father for about 2.5 years, even while I was making music, and found myself in a situation where my kids, I had to leave them in California with their mother.
Oh wow.
So at that point, my music went from just like fast rap more into like alternative rock rap.
Gotcha.
And this is probably my first track that I really just pushed, making that transition into being more of an alternative hip hop artist. So
that's what's up, brother.
I'm ready. I'm ready whenever we are. But
that's what's up. Here we go.
my heart on the East Coast, and I said so long to all that we know. We could have been so strong, it's been revoked. Yeah. I left my heart on the East Coast, and I said so long to all that we know. We could have been so strong, it's been revoked. Yeah. I hope you play my song on repeat though. I hope you know you're wrong. Let it bleed slow. So what's the point in going on? Call the police, bro. Yeah.
I ain't doing this again. Don't know what else you could possibly want from me. I done got my eyes handled and flipped the blocks like the poverty. And the DNA inside my son deserves an academy. The saddest thing I ever did was wave at them at 30,000 feet in the air. I put my hands in the air. I didn't run anywhere. Your dad has never been scared, but with everything that's happened within the last 2 years, I'd be a fool not to book a flight and come back here. And I regret it daily. It's been crazy living my life without my little babies. I was playing just outside, a psychiatric patient feeling faded out my mind. I wish I could have stayed, but that just takes some
I
time.
left my heart on the East Coast, and I said so long to all that we know. We could have been so strong, it's been revoked. Yeah. I hope you play my song on repeat though. I hope you know you're wrong. Let it bleed slow. But what's the point in going on? Call the police, bro. Yeah. How reap what we sow.
Dude, that's badass, brother.
Bet.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
fucking with it.
Thank you. Appreciate
I'm
it.
fucking with it
Appreciate
for
When I heard
sure.
this, like, dude, that song has just, dude, I can hear somebody, even though it's a deep song, because I was listening to the lyrics.
Yeah,
I know what you were spitting, but it sounds like a song you can have with the top down,
Yeah,
cranked
yeah.
up on your car with the beats right there. You know
Blair
what I'm
it.
saying, brother?
And honestly, like it kind of like definitely resembles a lot of like where I'm at in life. Like I grew up and it was like, bro, you kind of gotta like shelter your feelings. You can't let all that vulnerability out. And then like I hit a point in life where I was like, bro, that vulnerability makes me who I am.
Yes,
So
brother.
why not broadcast it? Why not embrace it?
That's you.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, on that note, and I won't ramble too much about it, but I gotta really shout out my manager and my engineer because like.
Sure.
You know, going in there and having to like really put some of these things out there. There were a lot of times where he'd look back at me and he'd be like, "Dude, you all right?" Or, "Bro, like I feel this." Or, "You're writing about something that's incredibly like
Right.
personal to you." And without his guidance and without just all the critiquing and the ways that he worked with me over at the Playground Studio, I wouldn't have been able to make that transition into that. So, Blaine, I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to you.
Hey, Lewis, this thing's whistling. Now, let's turn that speaker that way, please. Thank you, brother. Shout out to Lewis.
What up,
the,
Lewis?
Very, very great producer that I have. Okay, will do. But helps me out a whole bunch. There you go. Thank you, brother. Tell me about dude. Talking about first shows. Tell me about your first show. Well, actually, you know what? How old were you when you started doing the whole rap thing? Was it always rap, or was it football, or what was the first thing?
You know, I definitely went through school, and I was an all-around athlete. I played just about everything I could. But yeah, and Marty Marr and I were talking about this when we were doing some adjusting earlier. But you know, I was still that dude that we'd go out to like house parties and stuff, and go hang out with the friends. And bro, I was the dude that I'm the first one jumping in the middle of the freestyle circle. Like, let's do this. And I didn't necessarily take making music seriously until I was about 24, 25. And so I went about 7, 8 years just kind of freestyling with the boys. And, you know, I always got, like, good feedback during all those little interactions and stuff. But I'd never really taken steps into actually going to a studio and seeing what could be done for me. So, you know.
But it was still in you somewhere.
Absolutely. And a lot of that's got to come back to my upbringing, I think. I was always raised on rap music. I even remember, like, bro, I would take trips with my grandfather, and we'd go, like, 4 or 5 hours out of town, and he's big country head. And he would go, like, four or five solid, like, songs of country, and he'd let me turn that radio knob over to rap for just a little bit. But I tell you what, the minute that rap song was over, he's cranking it right back. So
Who was it, though?
Who was it that
the rap when you were listening to
I definitely grew up on a lot of like Eminem and Paul Wall. I grew up on a lot of Dirty South rappers and stuff.
Paul Wall, yes.
Yeah,
he's still in the game.
he is. He's still moving around, which is crazy. I thought he kind of fell off for a while, and then I got in touch with a buddy of mine that makes music out in Austin, and he's actually kind of like partnered in with Paul Wall in some ways, and they've done like music videos and stuff. So that's been really cool. But yeah, he's got this big old gray beard and everything now.
Really?
Yeah, Paul Wall.
That's cool. That's the thing. The big beards are a thing. I see y'all gentlemen got a beard, but I'm old school. You know how old school dudes are. But so how about you, Marty Marr? So I know it was your uncle that was was the first influence. But who were you listening to?
Shit, I listen to a lot of Row, a lot of Zero, a lot of SUC, SPM, Big Hawk, Big
Yes.
Mo, Lil Flex.
I don't think I know Lil Flex, but I mean, and like I said, I'm older. And the last time I really listened to rappers, back in Tupac days and Biggie days, But I do know who you're talking about though.
Yeah, I listen, especially like a lot of Zero. I had a lot of shit going on from my early age. The pain, the struggle, the adolescence, the disclosure, all that shit. Road talk about all that shit and some. You feel me? But he talk about it from a point of view that I can understand and I can feel. So in that way, I can respect it. When you can respect the music, you gonna pull towards it because that's the shit that you want to hear.
Y'all related.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And that's what's up.
Yeah.
Who was what was your first gig at, brother?
So my first gig was at a private hip hop party. It was an event thrown by a Prescription out of West Texas.
Oh yes,
and
I remember. I had him on a while back. Yeah.
And partnered in with Ryan Serrano, who now owns Hype Waco, which is like a local retail store. On top of like, bro, if you need fresh kicks, that's where you're going because he's got the shoes.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I knew it was like, I thought it was just like a shirt place and all that, but
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was because I know it's about that key store which I go to all the time for my job.
One of their biggest things, honestly, is the fact that bro, they've got almost like any shoe you could possibly think of in there. And they've got the rare shoes, so you're going in there trying to really like look good for what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's where you need to go for sure.
Hype Waco on Lake, everybody.
Yeah,
I might need to get
absolutely.
him in here just to holler at him.
Yeah.
Just to hear his story.
Yeah, so that was my first show. I believe that first one was out at Rocky's Roadhouse.
Oh yes, I played a few shows over there at Rocky's Roadhouse. Yeah.
Yeah, and that whole experience led me into like my first studio that I was really using, which was Focus One Studios.
Oh yes, I know those boys. I had them on here. Yes.
Yeah. So and that's kind of where I started out, and then just kind of like really trying to really work on my sound and everything. That's how I found myself over at the playground. And
what was your sound at first? Because I know was it easy to describe, or cause whenever you're first starting out, did you say, well, this is what kind of beat I have in mind, or what was the first process like?
So really, like the first process, and I didn't know much about it because like I've gotten into like distributing my music and stuff like that. So like I just went on YouTube and found a beat and found something that was kind of catchy, and I wrote to it. And the style of that was like extremely like southern based, like southern influenced is rap music. But it was really just like, bro, how fast can I rap and how many rhymes can I throw in the middle of this?
Right.
If I was honestly critiquing my music back then, there wasn't a lot of substance to it as much as it was just like constant rhyme and getting through a beat.
Right.
But it's still a vital part of the process because that was part of learning my voice a little bit. You're fine.
So did you so you brought this to I guess to Andrew. I call him
Andrew.
Anyway, he I guess did you take him like say here's a link to to the beat? Is that how the process went, or he kind of worked out a bit, or did he just drop and drag?
Well, honestly, my first production with Andrew was kind of like an on the fly in their session. I had a show coming up for Mr. Pookie out of Dallas. He was coming down, and I was one of the opening artists for him. And I was sitting there, and at this time, I was rocking pretty heavy with Focus One Studios, and we were all sitting in there, and it was like, bro, like we need to make like an anthem type song for this performance, and we'll shout out Pookie in it and stuff like that. And so we sat there for, I don't know, probably an hour and a half, 2 hours, and Andrew made a beat on the fly, and we kind of came up with a hook concept right there and then just kind of ran with it. And you said Giovanni shot your first video. Giovanni shot my first video as well, and it was two Texas made.
That dude does a lot of work, man.
Working every day. Every day he working.
What was your, let's say your first tune on tape, or like the first big Marty Marr song, like the first one, like this is Marty Marr.
Shit,
How that process come about? Did you just have a beat in your head? Did you do the same thing, like just find a beat online, or how'd that come about?
shit, I had found a beat. I was just looking up type beats, type shit, but like the type of flow I was used to, like that Texas sound. I was just trying to find something that I could ride to, and I found this beat. And it was just like, some YouTube beat, and I was like, yeah, this whole smash. So I threw it on, and I just freestyled. I did one freestyle because, I had like 30 minutes to meet Gio for the video.
Right.
And I was already late for the stew, so I pull up. I ain't even been in the stew before type shit, like myself. So I'm walking in this bitch pretty like, barefoot, cut it,
I mean, if you're stressed, it's natural because everybody's stressed, especially the first time.
I was stressed. And then bro ain't even know me at first, like the producer. So, it's like it was awkward as hell. I'm just sitting there, I'm like, damn, so I go in there and I was like, just run it. And I listened to myself, for a couple minutes, and I said, all right, I'm just gonna freestyle. I'm gonna do one take. And I punched in one verse, that freestyle, and then went to Gio and just ran with it, shot the hoe, and it, and it took off.
That is ballsy, bro.
Hell yeah.
I'm telling you.
And I named it. The name of the song is Can't Go Back. I like,
That's a full run and gun production.
Sick,
Let's go.
That is sick, brother. That's awesome. Golly, that really is super crazy. Especially if that was just like, this is the song that's gonna be Marty Marr.
Yeah.
Bam. One freestyle, one take. Let's roll with it.
Yeah, let's rock and roll with it, man.
That is ballsy, dude, to do that. What'd you bring today? Did you bring anything?
I brought a beat. I'm gonna do a freestyle.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh hell. Marty Marr at the shack. Freestyle one take. We're making history one more time.
One more time.
Let's do that, Lewis. It's the one, the YouTube one. Yes. You didn't have to say it like that, Lewis. I'm messing with you, brother.
Yo. Turn that beat down a little bit so you can hear me better.
Beat down a little bit. There you go.
Yeah. Hold on, I wake up shit. MJG Marty Marr. Broke down at the shack. We live. Let's get it. I don't want to sign a deal, y'all just want bitches and bottles. See, I'm just trying to bag an M and show my people I got them. Where I'm from, dropped out of school because the streets was my knowledge. Feel like I get them, I got them. I became part of that problem. I'm trying to heal from the karma. No, I ain't sinned in a minute, but it just keep on coming back like I'm forever repenting. I never understood how they never did listen. Now, if I told you how I felt, it'd be a long-ass sentence. And when them lights get cut on, nigga, that's a wonderful feeling. And when them bitches get cut back off them some long-ass minutes. But I'm trying to stay positive and show the good in my soul. Cause all it takes is one shot, and all it takes is one road, and all it takes is one nigga. See, all it takes is one hoe, and all it takes is one voice. See, all it takes is one soul to speak the motherfucking truth and let the whole world know that we cursed from the jump, but we good from the go. I feel like I'm the chosen one, like I was destined to blow. I show my brothers we can heal. No, it just take time to grow. It take time to know that you got something special to hold. If my nigga was still here, he'd feel these words in his soul. Nah, for real. Whole lot of South Waco shit.
Heck yeah. Good job, bro.
That is amazing, bro. That's
Yes, sir.
Marty Marr in the house. South Waco, everybody.
Yes, sir. South Waco, stand up.
You dogs. That's what's up, brother. God, that's amazing to me, dude. It really is. To do it on an instrument, I've seen it a million times, but to do it vocally, that's just amazing to me. I know there's a craft to it, not just any, because if it was anybody, not just anybody can do it. It's just an art that a select few can really do and say like, this is what I'm also known for.
Yeah.
But what y'all think about? Because I know you said that was one of your influences. What do you think about Eminem? Because I know he was not only just battle rap, but freestyling too. What you ever think of him? Because that was a whole.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Right.
I fuck with Shady like the long way.
Yeah.
Like no bullshit. Like I ain't gonna say he didn't like inspire me. Like music-wise, because I caught on to him a little late, you know, being
Gotcha.
from where I'm from. But once I did catch on to him, I was like, bro, lit. You know,
Yes.
but he was a hustler, like, you know, so that's pretty much like how it go for everybody. You start off, nobody want to take you serious. They're like, who the fuck is this? You know, he a little peewee.
Yes.
Nigga just ran that shit up. You know, fuck
I
what
know
they
it.
they talking about, and I'm finna show you something.
And then made the movie.
Yeah, and then they made the
badass.
movie. That's what I'm saying. And the
Yeah.
movie just kind of put that little extra on it, you know, to just really show what he went through.
Is he on the Mount Rushmore?
He should be.
I think so.
He should be.
Oh shit!
I think so.
I don't be real hand on my Mount Rushmore, but I fuck with Shady the long way though. You know, he in my top 10.
Who would be yours?
Man, I'd have to say shit. I know off the rip, Zero, Andre 3000.
Wow.
Let me see, Jay-Z. And then Lil Wayne.
Wow.
Bet.
That's badass. For
Yeah.
sure. For sure. How about yours, brother?
So my Mount Rushmore would I mean Eminem's on it for sure. And I'm gonna kind of factor this in for like recent artists and stuff like that. Still like what I really rock with now. NF's a big influence on a lot of what I do.
Hey, yeah,
right now.
NF hard, NF hard.
Definitely a fan of Dax.
I fuck with Dax.
Dax is
Yeah.
solid as well. Who else I got? I'm a Joyner Lucas fan.
Joyner's hard.
Definitely Joyner Lucas
Yeah.
fan. And a little bit kind of closer to that Eminem vibe, just in the things he talks about. But Hobson goes
Who
hard
was that?
too.
See, I didn't know who what was the one you said before?
Joyner Lucas.
But then I think I have seen him before.
Yeah, what Joyner Lucas and Eminem have actually done a song together as
Really?
well, and they're both reil fast rappers. So it's
Okay. See, I'm an old guy, and I quit listening to anything new in all genres for a long time.
Yeah.
There's some that snuck in there.
yeah.
My old dads will listen to some once in a while some Drake,
Yeah.
you know, but then the whole world does. My old dads would listen to some what's his name? I don't forgot his name. Circles, that guy. What's his name?
Post Malone.
Post Malone.
Yeah.
And
I like
especially
Post
when
Malone,
that
too.
second album, I was listening to it all the time. you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But those are the household names. But other than that, man, I really don't really listen to a lot of anything new anymore. Just because I guess I don't know if I'm an old dude, but I'm also here in the studio a lot.
Right.
And I got enough information, and when there's something that I like, I just YouTube it or Spotify it, and I get what I want.
Right.
And it's always gonna be the same old thing. It's always gonna be Tupac's greatest hits. If it's rap, Tupac's greatest hits. Biggie's greatest hits. If it's rock, it's gonna be Avenged Sevenfold, Metallica. If it's
Right.
the stuff that I know is gonna be what I want.
Yeah.
You know, but are y'all there right now? Are y'all still searching for new music? Because you guys are young bucks.
I would say so. Like you know, and kind of backdooring on what you're talking about. You know, everything being social media based now, especially like for independent artists.
Right.
You know, it makes kind of finding new independent artists a real relative thing.
That's
So
cool for sure.
you know, like I've got guys like, or not personally, but like Josh A or Jake Hill, which make extremely alternative hip hop music.
Okay.
The Kid Leroy was kind of on there too, you know, but it's music like that seems like it's a little bit more, like I said earlier, vulnerable and emotional.
Right.
You know, I kind of hit a point in being a rapper, like I don't think I'm going to convince anybody that I'm this street hard person, you know, and
Gotcha.
I'm out here living a certain life. So I want to be successful at what I'm doing, but I want to be successful for the right reasons.
Being real.
Right, absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
not all great creativity comes from having a hard life.
Right.
I mean, yeah, that attracts some attention, but you can't deny great art. You know what I'm saying? If it sounds good, if it's what you want to listen to, then it is good. It's art, comes from all genres, all places, all walks of life.
From everywhere.
Everywhere, dude. You know, it's a long time ago, dude, there was a stupid ass thing, and I was like, and it's still stamped in my head, the whole East Coast West Coast thing when I was younger. And I hated everything East Coast except for Biggie. You might be something that snuck in here and there because Wu-Tang for sure, stuff like that.
Biggie was definitely.
Yeah, for sure. It was all West Coast. But now that I'm on adult, dude, that was so stupid. I was a young kid. I was just following the trend, but at the same time, I was searching for new stuff. But like a dumbass, I chose that because the media says to do that.
Right.
It was crazy, but back then. Now you kids have it to where it's wide open now because you know why? The part of the media was the record companies. There aren't that many more record companies anymore now.
Yeah.
So now if you're badass enough, if you and your partner know how to make some beats.
Right, you
equal
could.
game now.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
You got the same Instagram as Jay-Z and everybody. Maybe not as many followers, obviously, but if you know how to work the system,
you got the same platform. That's all you need.
Same outlets and everything.
It's the same thing. A long time ago, I was trying to get into Walmart, trying to get into Hastings. Now that's bullshit.
Right.
For what? Because then you were still censored. Now it's like whatever you want to do. You're still somewhat censored nowadays. You're doing that crazy, but it is what it is. You can speak your mind.
For sure.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off, brother. We were saying what? Something?
I'm
sorry.
I don't know. No. You're good. I mean, just really, really overall on that topic, like you are allowed to really just go out there and kind of be you, and this is like the era of acceptance, bro. You could be anything in this world you want to be. You can wake up in the morning and say that you're a unicorn, and somebody gonna support what you're doing.
Nah, for real. Somebody.
What's
For real.
your Instagram like? You gonna work it?
Yeah.
There's definitely an algorithm to work in it, and I try to do my best as far as like trying to find bigger name artists that make the type of music you make. You go in and you're really like trying to interact with their followers, trying to kind of catch that attention and be like, hey, come check out what I do as well. But it's always a building process, and the minute you fall off, you're about to restart and have to try to really push that hustle all over again.
The bigger guys, obviously, they got the money to get a guy that follows them, to make content for them all the time.
Yeah.
You guys haven't got that. It is what it is. My band doesn't have that.
Right.
I'm the dude that does that. I'm the, I chop it. I do everything for everything on my podcast, on my music stuff. So I know what it's like. You got to do it yourself.
Yeah.
The other guys, they got the money. They got somebody to do that. So, that being said, how do you find ways to put content and make it relevant to your art on Instagram?
Shit, you gotta.
I mean, how are you guys doing it?
Shit, the way I did it, I've had my Instagram a little less than a year. My shit jumping, but I was putting out a lot of work at first.
Okay.
Like I wasn't just putting out, videos. I was putting out videos. I was putting out reels. I was sending it to everybody. I'm talking about everybody. Like even if like I'm tagging Rick Ross type shit. Knowing Rick Ross, 95% of the time I ain't gonna see the shit. But I'm still tagging him. I'm trying to make something shake.
Yes.
I kept going, but it's really about the talent too. Like if you hard, I ain't saying that you already got a foot in the door, and I ain't saying it's gonna be easier because I did not have that. I started at 0, 0, 0 all across the board. But when you hard, that's all you really need is an outlet, a platform, because you could put your shit out there and everybody gonna see it. I started putting my shit out there. They're like, he talking that shit, we fuck with it, and that's all it took. But I'm nowhere where I want to be. You feel me? I'm barely started, but just. Yeah, but just with what we got going right now, it's showing me that this ain't shit. It's finna get bigger. It's gonna get better. You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
And this is cheesy. This is how old I am. The oldest reference for oldest people. Dude, you gotta have the eye of the tiger, though.
Nah, for real.
If you want to get ahead in the game, now if you can be like whatever Rocky was before. He had the eye of the tiger. You can just ride the wave.
Yeah.
That's gonna get boring for your followers, all that, because he ain't doing. I know what he's doing. Every once in a while. I mean, I don't write the books. That's just the book wrote itself. Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You gotta create your own wave.
You do. You gotta create your own wave.
Yeah.
And I know. Even though you guys still have way more outlets than what we had. I'm not saying anything. What I'm saying is that it's probably just as hard now because, boy, everybody has one. And here's the deal. You're in competition with dumbass people.
Yeah.
You're in competition with people who eat Cheetos every day for people to look at.
Right.
You're in competition with kids who play with toys and make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
You're in competition with all kinds of people doing dumbass stuff. Even though that they're not rappers, they're not guitar players, they're not musicians. That's your competition.
Right. Well,
that's hard.
And that's because, like I said earlier, everything's social media based, and that's all based off of entertainment. So all of that stuff is considered some sort of entertainment, or that's going to keep your mind occupied looking at your phone. And so you're definitely in competition with all those people.
Do you have a side game like maybe like a side game as far as entertainment? Like maybe I can do this too to put myself out there. Have you ever thought about that?
Me personally, the minute I decided hey, I was gonna take music seriously, I started taking all of my free time and hobby time and ambitions and everything into music.
I hear you, brother.
Life gets pretty overwhelming itself just trying to survive and handle what you're supposed to be doing as an adult. So any of that extra free time I got, I'm shoving it over there.
No, for sure. And there is no wrong or right answer.
Right.
Because for sure, same thing I make that reference with with anybody. But I just do that. I used to always hear about the people that like in boxing. You can tell the ones that do it part time, the ones that do it full time.
Yeah.
For sure.
There's a big difference in that game. So for sure, if or the same thing that having you put half in, half out.
Right.
Which one is it? Because the one that got both foot in is already passing you up.
Yeah.
So rap for sure is a hard game, dude.
Yeah, rap's hard for sure. Rap's hard. I think rap's really one of the hardest jobs. Just for the simple fact that they got to take you serious before they even check your shit out. You feel me? Like when you watching a nigga hoop, you watching him play ball, you seeing it, you like, all right, he go hard.
Right.
It ain't the same because you gotta look into our shit to see what we talking about, and especially in Waco, we not that big. Hopefully we get bigger. I really don't care for it. You feel me? It's just whatever, but the size that we at, that's probably one of the main things that folks want to be in the city, which ain't nothing wrong with it. You feel me?
Are we getting any? I know we're getting eyeballs in art.
No, we
eyeballs
you're in the rap. Hell yeah, we getting eyeballs in the rap game. But the thing is, they looking, but they still looking from the outside. They not fully in yet. So we got a lot of artists in the city. We got probably about 500-600 rappers. They everywhere.
What would it take?
What would it
take to put Waco on the map for the rap game? Would it be an actual event center, an actual festival, an actual? What would it take? Or somebody just to hit it big in the music game?
Just for people to go hard, cause folks ain't going as hard as they can. Like a lot of people, speak on this and speak on that, but ain't nobody putting that motion where everything else is at. You got to turn up, and if I feel like if just everybody went harder, everybody even I can go harder, If everybody goes harder, that's all we need. Because like I said, they looking from the outside, but at least they looking. They wasn't even looking at first. They wasn't fucking with Waco. You feel me?
I do for sure, brother. For sure.
Well,
I was in go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, and then also to increase the outreach, because I can tell you this, Austin's proud of their artists. Dallas is proud of their
artists. That's what I'm saying.
We hit a point where Waco is genuinely proud of their artists. That reach is going to continue to grow because now you got the whole city sharing your stuff. You got the whole city rocking with you.
And then that shit gonna boom.
And it moves.
And dude, I know it's apples and oranges. Same thing with the old Haley Cowan just getting signed to the UFC. They just put more eyes on Waco. Like, you're doing something.
Right.
What's going on over there in Waco? Man, it'd be cool if they could have some. I know we have a music festival, which that's cool, every now and then. But if they could really do one, maybe just a real big one with all genres. I know they've tried them before, but some with all genres, but maybe with the big headliner at the end of the night.
Absolutely.
That's really what Waco's been working up. They just had a big boogie concert, Club Blam. They got a new little event center here in the city, and it's over there on Lake L. And and they just had it, and that was probably one of the biggest events I've seen in the city. I don't know what everybody got going on, but with my own eyes, that shit was so that's the step in the right direction. You feel me? That shit.
Who's throwing all these things?
Shit, all the people in the Payton, he's doing it. I really don't know everybody else is doing it. I know he been going hard though.
Shout out to whoever does it.
Shout out Prescription, because I know Prescription been going hard with the events.
And he does podcasts.
All that.
He's a natural born, whatever he does, entrepreneur, hustler, whatever. Much respect. I know a hustler when I see one, trust me.
Yeah.
I may not look like one, but I'm a natural born hustler.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to say this is what I do. I'm just saying it is what it is. I can tell one.
Yeah.
He does it. He's one. I can tell. He's great for the community.
Hey, yeah.
Great for the community, for sure.
You know what else I think would help too is like here over the last year or so, like stages like the Backyard and stuff have brought in like
shout out to the Backyard.
like multi-platinum artists. I think Nelly came down, Snoop came down, things like that. So
that's huge.
Right.
Nelly was huge, but Snoop.
Right.
Come on, dude.
Snoop
Right.
big on my mom. That's Snoop Dogg.
So if we can get to a point to
Shit.
where we're catching enough recognition as the talent here, and maybe potentially starting to book opening acts for these, that's also going to boost our growth.
That's
And in the Backyard, and you already shout out the Backyard, but I got a lot of love for the Backyard. I've been there a few times. I did Mike Jones opening show was there. That was cool. And then we got Busy Bone on Sunday.
tell me about that, brother.
So the show starts at 4:30 over at the Backyard Stage and Grill. Anybody who's wanting to come out, turn up and have a good time, hit me up. I got pre-sale tickets still available. I think there might be some tickets left at the gate, but you don't want to sleep on that. And there's going to be some wrestling involved in that. There's going to be a wrestling show that's going to kind of precede
that shit.
Yeah, it's going to kind of precede the music.
Is that the Focus One guys?
No. This is WAW and WCR, I believe, is
Out
the
of
other
Waco
one.
or no?
Yeah.
That's cool.
They're out of
That's
Waco,
cool.
but
For sure.
they've really worked on like trying to build a family friendly environment. So mom and dad ain't got to worry about dropping the kids off somewhere, but
Right.
still being able to hit an aspect of music and music performances
man.
that are gonna reach everybody. So
That's what I love
it's
about
been
that
cool.
place, dude. I mean, my wife doesn't go to a lot of my shows. Actually, I don't play bars anymore now. I just play outside stuff.
Yeah.
Just for my own personal reasons. I've done the bar thing since I was 18 years old. I'm 51. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, for real.
Done my time. But my wife, like something like the Backyard, that's for family stuff too.
Yeah,
That's badass, dude.
And it's a great stage, honestly.
Sure.
Like it's one of those stages, bro, where you run around that bad boy. You
Yeah.
got to get all the way left and all the way right, and you got to work that thing.
And they're a big reason why Waco's put on the map.
Yeah.
For sure, they really brought music, like legitimate music. They've had pretty decent sized rock bands.
Yeah.
Pretty much the rock bands that were playing in the '90s or that era. Now you can still see them right here, or people that were relevant. So you say you got another one, brother?
I mean, just overall.
Another thing.
Oh yeah. I got more tracks. Let's tune up Alone. And I'll talk a little bit about that as well.
But you were just saying somebody don't need to cut you off.
Man, it really was just about like the constant movement and big names that are coming into this town, which is always a good look for us.
Yes.
In 2022 has been really good to me. I think Sunday I'll be working on either my 17th or 18th performance of the year. So
awesome, brother.
it's been good. Waco's attributed to about half of that. So
cool, that's what's up. I want to talk about these shows and your shows, brother, here in a little bit.
yeah.
All right, before we change the subject, big names in the city. Shout out Money Made Narrow, my brother, gang, all that. My boy just got signed to TSF.
That's what's up. Tell me about that, brother.
Shit,
Cause I don't know what
shit,
that
Sauce Walker and them had that, that 5K deal is real. Everybody want a song. Shit, you gotta bring the bread, put your money where your mouth is. Nero was one of the ones that put his money where his mouth is. That's what he gonna do. He gonna spend that bread if it's about that music shit.
That's badass. Well, congrats to him.
Yeah, for real. And he did a song with him. And I should probably like over 100 folks. Everybody grabbed some. But he happened to be one of the ones that sauce and peso, seeing that hustling, that work, that energy, just the real nigga vibe. That's what they want. You can't be no foo-foo around that shit. You feel me? You gotta be hard. Yeah.
Something like somebody that's real and hard, just in whatever genre, whatever you're doing, even if you're singing mariachi.
Yeah.
You cannot be denied.
That's what I'm saying.
You cannot be denied. I mean, and I've heard people it's like just like oh, they probably pay money, this, that, and the other. You know what? There's probably situations like that in life. It's going to happen in all kinds of situations where money's going to pay your way to things. But at the end of the day, at the end of the road, the real ones will not be denied.
No, for real.
The truth will be shown.
For sure.
Nah, for
the
real.
truth will be shown. Let's spin this one right here.
All right. So this one right here should be called Alone. This full track is actually available on all music platforms, just like everything you're going to hear in mine. And it features another local talent of ours, Heath Nash, is on the fully produced version of this song.
I like Heath, man. He's another one, real.
There's Luke in there, right? And who's in another room? What's his name?
Oh, no, it's Lewis.
Lewis, you cue me up when you're ready. I'm sorry, buddy. Let's go.
I'm sorry that I let you go. I let you go by yourself. I'm sorry that I let you go. I let you go by yourself, and I should've never left you alone. All alone with someone else, and I know I should pick up the phone. But it reminds me of the hell that I felt when I lived back at home. So I don't. But I never should've left you alone. Whoa, whoa. No, I never should've left you alone. Yeah, I never should've cheat myself, defeat myself, relieve myself to be myself. Or maybe I never should've been the type to compete myself. The pressure of my peers is responsible for the heat I felt. At night I lay in tears, book a slide and prepare to bleed myself. I bled out, and you broke my heart, so get out. You stuck in a knife, impale out, so this is how it goes. Feels like a sellout. You get in a boat and sell out. I'll grab the road and sell out, but now I'm all alone. And I'm sorry that I let you go. I let you go by yourself, and I should've never left you alone. All alone with someone else, and I know I should pick up the phone. But it reminds me of the hell that I felt when I lived back at home. So I don't. But I never should've left you alone. Whoa, whoa. No, I never should've left you alone. Whoa, yeah, I never should've.
That's what's up. That's a badass tune.
Bet. Thank you.
That hook stays with you.
Yeah.
I already know the hook. I dig it, brother.
Bet.
How'd
Thank you.
about? The whole hook, and was that the first thing, the hook?
That was the hook was created. I was in a point where I'd done a few solo tracks out, and I was ready to do a few features. So I reached out to Heath Nash for a song. I reached out to my dude Reed, and I still currently make a lot of music with Reed. And then another one of my buddies, Trap Boy Bando, he's a part of the Focus One crew.
Okay.
And I had wrote a few songs up and wrote hooks and was like, here, it's time to write verses. And when y'all done, let me know, and we're going to all get in the studio and we're going to knock it out. So, you know, and like I said earlier, I'm at a point in my music career where I'm writing extremely vulnerable things. And so, like, I heard the beat, and the only thing I could think of was, like, when I left my kids, you know, and now, granted, they weren't all the way alone. They had their mother. They weren't, you know, without. But it's just still something that hurt, you know.
You're wearing your heart on your sleeve.
Absolutely.
That's what's up, bro. That's real, though. That's what's going on right now in your life.
Yeah.
That's what's going on in your life.
Yeah, and I've been blessed, you know. I went without them for a little over a year, and I've had them for about 4 months now. So they've been with me, and that's been a blessing. So maybe some happier songs coming in the future. Who knows?
No, for real.
What do you
Congrats.
Is there anything you guys do, like, I'm sure it's music or like kicking it with your family, or what are y'all guys doing, like, right now?
So I'm working, making music. That's like
it.
you said. Shit.
You gotta be all in.
I'm at step one still. Like, shit look good. I mean, shit kind of going good, but I'm still at step one. You feel me? And you can't have, you know, half your body out the door, especially when you ain't even in the door yet. You know, I ain't even got that little leverage yet. I'm still working, so nigga, it be 3, 4 a.m. Like that's probably what I'm gonna do when I leave this house.
Yeah.
Like no bullshit. I'm gonna go get something to eat. If that, go to the crib and I'm gonna write. And that's what I do. Like
I love that.
I mean, shit,
Same.
that's what you got to do. You got to work. Shit,
hear you,
these
brother.
hits ain't coming out overnight. So
I hear you,
I'm
brother.
you feel me?
Yes.
Right.
How about when hits do come? So like, how are you explaining it to whoever makes your beats? Like, this is what I'm feeling. Do you hum it on your phone? And I know you got the lyrics or
Actually,
what's the
shit,
process?
me and my producer, shout out Al D, one of the hardest in the city, man. We grew a little bond, you know. You know how many times I was in that hall, in and out. Now, I'm a real. I don't even know where Al D from. I want to say he from the city, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, you know, and we got a bond to where, you know, I felt comfortable going in there, telling him to play the beat, me showing him what I got, telling him what I want the shit to sound like, showing him the little background sounds. I'm doing all that extra shit. And he's listening, you know, he's telling me, nah, change this, change that, do this, try this. You know, he's fucking with shit. He's like, now go back in. And it's just like, he's really been, you know, like a help in the process of me finding my sound. Because at first, I was talking that shit, but it wasn't coming out right because I didn't know how to talk into the mic. It's different than even just rapping in person. Like if I move this mic away from my face, like it's gonna be different. You feel than the rapping in this hoe. I had to get that right to be able to put that bitch in front of my face.
I love that.
And Al D helped me with that, you know.
And you're not wrong, bro. That constructive criticism goes a long way to have somebody
do.
who.
You gotta have
I've been in that bitch before. Al D playing the beat. I'm thinking I'm running it, and he'll stop it. You need to change that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, Al D. Alright. I'm like, for sure. But that's him telling me, like, you can do better. And then I go back and I do it, and this shit come out way better.
Right.
You feel me? He knows, like, that's what a producer's supposed to be there for. They're not supposed to be no yes man. They supposed
Not
to.
at all.
They supposed to, you know, help you. That's what they're there for. They to perfect your sound. You feel me?
He wants to be part of the come up.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right now, dude, I know it sounds crazy. This is an old man talking to some young dudes. I ain't that damn old, but whatever.
Yeah, you ain't too old. You ain't too old.
An older dude talking to some young dudes. Let me tell you, brother. These are gonna be some of the most kick-ass times of your life.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm already knowing.
You know what I'm telling you right now? Whether you know, when you blow up, right now to come up, that's part of the game. That's the heart.
It is.
That's the cake, and then on top, the cherry on top is when you're there. The come up. I'm telling you, bro. Being with your brothers, making music.
I'm telling you.
Stage.
Yeah, that shit feel good. I'm telling you, I'm already knowing.
Yeah, it's the best. You know, it really is. It really is a drug. Like people that have, you know, like you see those people, old ass dudes still boxing. What the hell are they doing? Because they love.
Right. There's a passion
or
for
anything
it.
else.
That shit give you that rush.
Yeah, or whatever the game is. There, I know a guy that got good cash, got a hard ass job in construction, doesn't need to. He's the owner. It's just in his blood.
Yeah.
It's in his blood.
That's what he do.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
And music is the same thing too. It really, you know, whether we do the come up and we get the cherry on top, and then we start dropping down, you know, because now the youngsters start coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You're still gonna be out there performing because it's in your blood. You can make music because it's in your blood.
It is.
Not because I gotta be relevant. That's not it. It's because it's in your blood. If they follow the Instagrams and Facebooks and YouTubes crash,
I'm still making music.
Hell yeah.
I'm still in it.
Hell yeah. Be on the front porch with it.
If the audience out there really knew what it's like to be a musician, that's the way little musicians feel. It's in you. It's in your heart.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's just something. Anyway, I can go on and on about that. You know, but for real, for the people that don't know, that aren't musicians, that are listening, or whatever, you know, artists. Like, why is this dude always? You know, he's always painting, but nobody's ever buying his paint because, dude, it's for the love.
Right. There's a love to paint.
Later.
It does.
Money comes later. Those people that want to go there and make money first. The real musicians, we see that shit a mile away.
Right, we're in there in it for the wrong reasons.
We see that shit a mile away, and that's good. That's what they want to do. But at the end of the day, we know where the heart's at.
Hell yeah.
The heart and the money.
Most definitely.
I can tell you guys the heart's in the music.
Oh yeah.
The money's just the cherry on top.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Because we're not making $1 million at these gigs we're doing, but just to come up. This is It's like they say, cutting your teeth, whatever. But no, it's not cutting your teeth. You guys are already great musicians. I can tell by what I heard, and I know you're gonna get better. But what I'm saying, the come up, that's so much fun.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm telling you, dude.
Well, shit. I was gonna say what most people don't even realize is, everybody had a dream.
Yes.
You feel me? And people be on the come up before they dream. Like I be telling folks that, like I've been on the come up my whole life. Now I'm gonna come up in this rap shit. It's a whole nother come up.
Yep.
It's a whole nother level.
Yes.
Just like with anybody else, like you said with the paintings, they wasn't buying them at first, bro. Still painting. That's how it was with my music. They wasn't fucking with it at first. I was good. I was straight with that because I know I'm hard. So I'm putting that shit out. I'm like, they gon' hear it because I know once. We cannot be denied at the door because I know once they hear me, they gonna let me in.
Right.
Yep.
And it was like that's how it is. Like you gotta have that self ambition though. Like he said earlier that like that self criticism, that's a motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
Like
You gotta have somebody
yeah.
in the corner like that.
Yeah, I'm
You need
telling you.
You were talking about how your producer cut you
Yeah,
out, Major. One
yeah.
of the biggest inside jokes I got with Blaine over at the playground is, bro, I was sitting there and I forget what song it was, but obviously really trying to press my means in this alternative hip hop. And boy, I thought I was killing it, bro. I promise you, I was in there and I was hitting this note, and all of a sudden I just heard the music cut off right in my ear, and I was like, looked over. He said, "Not so much Blink 182 in your voice."
Damn.
And I was like, oh,
yeah.
okay.
That's some other shit.
Still get messages about it to this day.
No, for real.
Still get messages about it.
I'd like to get Blaine in here one time. That dude's been in the game a whole minute.
Yeah, and he's got his hands in all kinds of stuff. He owns Hustle Child clothing brand. Yeah.
That's what's up.
And
Shout out to Blaine for
yeah,
that.
absolutely. And he's got to a point with me, fellow artist that I work with, Markeith and Reed, and we all really just sit down and dive really hard into this. And back on the constructive criticism note, that man does everything to keep us in line and keep us moving right. And he acts as our acting manager, and that's what we need him around for.
That's what's up.
I posted a promo for the Busy Show. Boy, it wasn't up 2 minutes. He messaged me. He said, "It's not the right look. Take it down." Yes, sir.
Hey, nah, for
Yes,
real.
sir.
You gotta have somebody like that.
You
If
got
not, they don't
to.
love you.
Yeah.
I'm telling
You
you.
know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, that's how it was when I started getting close with Nero. I would show him my shit, and he'd be real. You feel me? He was already the type of person that didn't do too much. Didn't show too much reaction or emotion. So it's hard if he tell you. I would be showing him some shit when I first started. He'll just tap me on my shoulder. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna show you the next one.
Yeah.
You feel me?
That's
And
good,
then
brother.
it got to the point where like I was showing him my shit, and he was like, he was live with it, and that's how I knew that he would tell me like, I told you, do that, do that, do that. Now look at you, you doing something, and that's what you need. Like you said, you gotta have somebody in your corner. It don't matter if it's one person. You
Yes.
feel me? At one point, it was just me.
For sure.
You gotta make the shit work. You feel me?
Exactly.
You
And
gotta
look,
make the shit work.
And dude, let me tell you, it's easy to be selfish. And say,
It
"No,
is.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm
It
selfish.
is.
I'm a selfish songwriter. There is a couple people that I'll write with. Other than that, I'm selfish songwriter.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. I want to make sure. Yeah, I want to make sure there's something that I feel good being on. You feel
Yep.
me? If I
Yep.
hop on it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
As far as the merch goes with my band or even my second podcast, Two Guitars and a Mic, which I hope you don't mind me throwing that shout out.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
But my second podcast is me and my two homeboys, and one of my very best friends. We had to come up together playing guitar. He gives ideas, and we got to know that what he's saying or what I'm saying. We're just giving our opinion,
Yeah.
and it's what's best for the show.
Right. Well, all criticism and all comments are
Yes.
focused
Yeah.
on the
Yes.
overall success. It's not focused
Exactly.
on trying to demean somebody or make them feel like, bro, that wasn't a good idea.
Exactly.
It's just growth.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like what's best for
Right.
what we're trying to aim
Yeah.
for.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
and I was gonna say this on the fact you said you used De Niro, right?
Yeah.
But De Niro's been in the game a long time.
No, I was
and-
talking about not the Nero, my dog Nero.
Oh, your dog
Yeah.
Nero. Okay.
and-
Okay.
Yeah, Money
Well-
Made Nero.
Well,
Yeah, I know De Niro
how
for sure.
how long has Nero been in the music game?
Shit, about a little over a year.
A little over a year. So he's getting his feet wet. He's
Oh
he's
hell
learning
yeah,
the ropes too.
popping shit, most
Bet.
definitely,
Yes,
most
and
definitely.
just keeping your reps up.
Yeah.
Keeping your reps up, you're gonna get better.
That's one
Yeah.
thing with Narrow. He gonna keep them reps up. He
That's
gonna
what's up.
drop some shit. Like you gonna feel it. You feel me? iTunes, YouTube. You know, it's
Mhm.
in and out the door, back and forth. Like
Yep.
you gotta be consistent with the
That's
shit.
art. Let me tell
Yeah.
you, that's another hustle. That really is a hustle because I still study that hustle, and I'm an old dude trying to figure out that puzzle. I mean, why not? I mean, I'm putting out media.
Right.
I got content I'm trying to get out there. So that's a whole other craft.
It's a never
It's
change.
crazy.
It's
Yeah.
a always changing puzzle though
Yes.
too. Pieces be
It's
changing
always
every
some
single
different
day.
shit,
And
man.
my
Yeah.
ear's always out. What's the next?
Right.
The next
Yeah.
platform?
Right.
I'm always doing, and I think I heard one, but I forgot what it is, so I'm gonna leave it alone. Because I guess nobody else talked about it, but you gotta have your ear out there for something like that.
You do.
I remember I fell off. I started doing YouTube stuff, started getting some hits, but my dumb ass wanted to get it perfect. So then I started getting on there, started getting some hits, and then for some reason I started to chill, and coronavirus was another big excuse.
Yeah.
And then now I'm trying to get my numbers back up again.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And I was doing really good at one time. I was doing about maybe 1,500 to 3,000 views a week. I was doing
Yeah,
good.
that ain't bad.
And next thing you know, well, like I said, before Corona, I kind of chilled out anyway.
Yeah.
My ass put that shit on cruise control. Well, I
Yeah.
found out the hard way.
Corona stopped the
That
car.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
on podcasting, for me, it did. I should have thought of another way. I should have said, you know what, I'm going to just do Isaac.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't. I'm a dumbass now. I should have learned how to do that, but I didn't do that. And I'm paying the price, but you know what I'm saying? Still got that hustle in me, like trying to figure out how are these youngsters getting up there.
Absolutely.
They're figuring out a puzzle. I got to figure out at least something how what my age bracket would do.
Shit, it's a new piece of the puzzle every day.
I know it.
Every day, like I said earlier about building this shit up. This shit's it's legit.
Yes.
You feel me? It's a lifelong event of trying to find the next move and find the next step. You just learn more shit each day and it just get better.
Man, I'm
Shit.
telling you, brother. What y'all been playing at?
Shit, a little bit everywhere. Austin, Houston, that
Did
here.
you do that run with Peyton? That one run, that little tour you did?
Nah, I was going to, but that's really when I was like barely like first getting my feet in the door. Like I ain't even been rapping that long. You feel me? Like so that's. And so at that point, I was really like, I'd rather put my bread towards my my actual music craft than that shit. You
Yeah,
feel
right,
me?
right.
Because like it was like an opportunity of a lifetime, but I didn't even have enough music to go on tour. You feel me?
Had the arsenal.
Yeah, I ain't had no arsenal. I had like you feel me?
You'll make more opportunities, brother. So
Oh yeah,
y'all
it's
gonna
been
do
it's been
that.
gravy. It's
Y'all hustlers.
yeah, hell yeah, most definitely.
Where else you been playing at?
Shit.
I've got a Bullhide Creek out in Galinda.
Dude, I've heard of that place. They accept all kinds of music.
They
over
do.
there,
They do. Ethan, you were talking about Ethan
Yes,
earlier. I actually went out there one night for one of his shows and got to talking with the owner, and he's like, "Bro, I wanted to do a hip hop night out here." So we went out there, and really we had a good showing out there. The drive kills a lot of people because it's about a 20-25 minute drive, and then who wants to go to the bar and get loaded and then drive back?
Drive to Robinson,
for
bro.
real.
Let's get
Right.
real.
Yeah,
Right.
fuck that.
We've been talking Waco. We know where not to drive.
Yeah,
We
that's-
stop people
right.
like that.
And that's
Right.
that's number one.
Been working on working something out with the owner of Putters. So
okay.
I think that would be a cool thing to be a part of. I think we got something coming up with Ethan over at Lakeside, kind of doing like a collab show.
So what would that be like? What's that going on? What's going on in the collab? Is he getting the mix too?
So what I would preferably want as far as a collab show, because Ethan does have his whole band, the Dirt Road Rebellion that he represents, and they have a huge arsenal. So theoretically what I would want to do is I would want to go out there and basically give them 3 different sets.
Right.
And in between their sets, bring in one of the artists, probably put Reed on there, maybe put Markeith on there, and put me on there. And then, at the end of it, Ethan and I have music together, so we can really just kind of bring that night to a closing, but to me, it's a good idea because you got to be careful when you're going to certain bars because a lot of the regulars don't like a lot of just rap and hip hop.
But I think that
Nah, for real.
good.
Right. But if you find a way to make everybody happy,
But
you
the
know,
way y'all doing
and
it,
get exposure.
I apologize for cutting you off.
You're good.
But here's the deal. I think that's the recipe that will work because right
I think
now,
so.
here's the deal. Ethan's. As a matter of fact, Ethan's one of those guys that can really go rock if he wants to.
He can.
But
He can.
he chooses to go whatever the alternative Americana or whatever dirt whatever.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. That's hitting right here in Texas. That's hitting.
It is. It
But,
is.
you know, you listen to, of course, same thing with country music. Dude, a lot of those are hip hop beats.
Right.
And some
New age
hard
country.
tunes, but, you know, over some hip hop beats. It is what it is because it's accepted now. Right now, dude, hip hop and I know it sounds crazy. Hip hop and country are hitting right
Nah,
now.
they really is. They
They
really
are.
got some shit going.
Dude, my nephews wearing, you know, wearing cowboy boots and all this shit like that. You know, I was raised in the country. They weren't cowboy boots, but they're listening to straight up Mexican music and rap.
Right.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
wearing the cowboy stuff because
Yeah.
it's country
How
and
it
rap.
is.
Country and rap's hitting.
Well, and that's kind of back to like the acceptance culture that we're in. Is like, bro, you can own your roots. You're from the South. Own the fact that you're
It
from the
is.
South, but you got this taste in this certain type of
Look at
music.
Jelly
Then own
Roll.
it. Jelly Roll's a good example of that.
I mean, dude,
Yeah.
Jelly Roll Live.
Yep.
killing it. And dude, and man, his story's crazy, but really, dude, at the end of the day, he's a straight up hustler.
He is.
Straight up hustler. Can we talk real quick about Kanye right now? What are your thoughts on what's going on with him right now? I mean, I don't know a lot, but I do know what everybody else knows. I know the final straw was saying to whatever he said that was what's the word I'm thinking? What's the word I'm thinking, Lewis? Something about the Jews or something. I think it was something anti-Semitic. I think that was I think that was the final straw
Yeah.
for him saying something like that. So everybody's dropping him, of course. Everybody's dropping, and then supposedly he lost $2 billion.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you from my perspective on it, I really don't keep up a lot with like all the dramatic aspects of like bigger
Right.
name artists. But I can tell you this, just as being an artist and learning my own ropes, you do have to be careful what you're saying because you can spend years building a head of steam. Building a head of steam, and then you let your mouth fly off one way or another, and you shot yourself right in the foot. So without really knowing a lot of the background story behind what all he said or who all he offended, I've heard some things, but I haven't really like dug into it.
Right.
And but you just have to be careful. You have to make sure that you always know that people are watching and people are listening.
Right now, I think what happened with him, we're just talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what happened to him is just what is that saying? You poke the bull too many times.
You're right. You got the horns.
And that's what it was. I mean, he's already fucking with he'd always say something crazy. But here's the deal: we all thought it was cool because that's Kanye. He's
Right.
an artist.
Right.
He's a genius. That's what And some people saying he's crazy. Me, I was never a hater. I was a fan when he first came out with College Dropout. It
Yeah.
was what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, this newer stuff, I didn't listen to a lot of it. I did
Right.
hear some of it, his
Right.
collabs and all that. I'm just being real with you.
Yeah.
I never hated. I never thought he was. Was crazy.
Right.
I always knew he's messing with y'all.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, they say he's a genius, dude. He's messing with y'all, dude. He's playing the Kanye game. We're all included. We just don't know the game plan. But we're all included in the Kanye game. Because you know what? Because we're watching.
Yeah.
And here's the deal. People just want the eyeballs out, but here's the deal. We're talking about it right now. Everybody is.
Yep.
I mean, that's just my
Yeah.
thoughts.
The way, all I really got to say is like, it's a lot I want to say, but this is a lot of shit, man. But the most part is, folks be comfortable with you talking until you talk about them. But it's not necessarily about them. Is when you say some real shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? Folks gonna let you say what you want to say if it's about your people, the other people and the mother folks. But
Especially
when
right now,
when it got to do with them, and there's some shit, they're not gonna like it. And everybody trying to play like like Kanye some hoe. Kanye not no hoe. That's a billionaire, and that man was a billionaire a long time before Forbes even felt comfortable saying he was a billionaire.
Right.
And it's like folks act like he don't know what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Kanye know what he's doing. Like they said with Adidas, how Adidas terminated his contract. They acted like that was an L on Kanye's end. All the shit he lost, all these contracts and all this shit. He didn't lose shit. He gained it. He gained back that percent of interest that he did not own.
Wow.
Now he's 100% all that shit.
Wow.
Adidas wasn't making money because they was making Yeezys. That's Kanye shit. They was making money because of Kanye.
Yes.
You feel me? All these folks was making money off of Kanye, and now they feel some type of way because he don't give a fuck about making money off no people. You feel me? That's a stand up man. That's a businessman. He don't care about all that extra shit. And then it's like Kanye said a lot of crazy shit, and nobody said anything. But when it got pointed to a certain subject, a certain whatever folks wanted to feel some type of way, and that shit crazy. Because he said some way more awful shit that folks could have acted like this over what the fuck he said for them to act like that. You feel me?
I do.
And I feel like, it's a lot of hate, a lot of controversy towards Kanye, but he love that shit. It don't mean nothing to him. He going through it, but he gonna bounce back. Like I said, he 100%. He own him. Nobody else owns a portion of anything now. He just what happened. The cake been baked. Now he 100%. And that's shit. Oh,
Jay-Z.
Shit. I'd have to say Kanye.
I mean, really?
Because you got to really think about it. I've been around. I mean, not even just that, but Kanye. All these artists from back then and now, they didn't write their shit. Kanye wrote their shit. They didn't make their beats. Kanye was making their beats. Folks only give credibility for like one little aspect. When you got to think about it, it's Kanye. Kanye didn't have one lane. He had 30 of them hoes. He made shoes. He made hats. He made beats. He made music. And that's why he the GOAT, because he did more than just one thing. Kanye's still big. I love Jay-Z. I love Jay-Z to death. But folks still don't take him like 100% like seriously. Like especially in Waco, I tell folks I listen to Jay-Z, they look at me like I'm crazy as hell.
I don't feel it.
But I fuck with Jay-Z.
Cool.
Yeah, but Kanye, like I said, Kanye done did some shit. Like he going down. He going down as a legend. Whether it's good or bad, a little bit of both, he a legend.
Remember when he came out? When he came out wearing that backpack, just to, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was crazy, but it was genius.
It is. Kanye really just be chilling, and I don't know what's going on in his head. So you feel me? I can only back him up so much, but from like a real man, perspective, he know what he doing. He don't need nobody. He ain't never needed nobody. Like how you said. They kind of made it seem like he poked the bull too many times. Kanye the bull, they poked him too many times. Now he don't give a fuck to let y'all know he don't give a fuck. You feel me? Because Kanye's always not gave a fuck.
You may have won me over, brother.
Hey, I'm telling you, I've received a lot of hate in my life, from just keeping shit real. So I know how that shit go. You feel me? They'd rather you say some fake shit and keep it pushing than to keep it 100, because 100% gonna hurt them.
No, at the end of the day, here's the deal. He's playing the Kanye game.
Yeah, exactly.
We're watching the game.
Yeah, we watching the game, and that's all it is. Shit.
What are your thoughts, real quick, on what I just said about Jay-Z and Kanye?
My thing would probably more so boil down to like I said, bro, just holding this certain demeanor once you hit a certain standard in your life. I think Kanye kind of interacts a little bit more with the game, like what you talk about, like, bro, I'm gonna play, I'm gonna get these views, I'm gonna get these people's attention, I'm gonna get them riled up. Whereas Jay-Z more or less has just kind of accepted the fact that he grew and he hit this pinnacle, and that means that I'm of this standard now, and I don't drop below just to like keep y'all interested with these charades of these games or whatever to play this route. So I mean, but honestly, like, I agree with a lot of what Marty said. He is relevant. You can't deny that Kanye isn't relevant, because Kanye is relevant. He is
media. Kanye is media.
I be trying to tell you, folks, that folks don't do what Kanye do. He's selling out fucking the biggest football stadium in America just to stand there in all black with a mask on. And people fucking paying. Like, who else is doing that? That's why I say it's not about Nah, but you 100% right on that Pinnacle shit. But it's like, that's the thing though. Kanye still going up on his Pinnacle.
True.
He ain't in one
True.
spot. That
Yeah.
he got shit popping. Like I said, these little albums he did, nigga. He doing more than YoungBoy. You feel me? And YoungBoy the hottest thing right now. But when Kanye dropped, nigga, it's Kanye. It's Kanye week.
It's his
You
game.
feel me? It's
Yeah.
Kanye. It's always been like that. Even especially with all this new criticism and hate and all this bullshit, this controversy. He's eating it up because he knows what it's gonna do. They've always hated Kanye. That's never been a problem because he's still gonna eat. It's just they trying to make it seem like he thinks that's a problem. Nah, we don't know what he thinks the problem is. We just know he got a problem with something.
Dude, I hear you,
Yeah.
brother. I hear
Shit.
you. And like I said, dude, he was when he first came out. He changed the game right there.
He blew me away, man.
I got one more quick one, and I'll let you guys go. And this is no disrespect, but I heard that didn't we just lose like somebody a rapper just got shot?
Migos.
Tell me about
Migos.
that.
Take off.
Me not knowing him, I just don't know who it was, but do y'all know about that?
I don't speak on the hood politics. All I got to say is,
but who was he though?
oh shit, he was part of the Migos.
Yeah.
They was from Atlanta.
I guess that they were.
That was probably one of the most influential rap groups to ever, trio.
Wow.
Trio group, all that
Where
good
were
shit.
they from?
Atlanta.
Wow.
And they really changed the way, everybody rap. Like just everything. They changed the lingo, the style. Like you just gotta what you gotta do when I tell people if they was unfortunate enough to not know about Takeoff before he passed away, go to the old shit.
Yeah.
And go to they old shit, the 2012, 13, 14, 15, and listen to all the cats that came out when they came out and see who sound like who. Like I'm telling you, like Takeoff, like he spent some game to these boys, and they, I'm telling you, Takeoff, R.I.P. Takeoff, man.
Didn't they lose one? I know they did. I forgot his name, but like I said, I mean, I don't know, and then there's no disrespect. It's just it's not what I listen to, but one got shot at a donut shop over there, took his chains. Who was that?
You talking about Young Dolph?
Dolph.
Yeah. Oh no! You're not talking about Young Dolph. You talking about when he got smoked at that Roscoe's. You talking about talking about PNB Rock?
That's what it was.
Yeah, that.
Was that also in Atlanta?
Nah, that was in Cali.
On Cali.
That was
okay.
in Cali.
Man, that's a dangerous game.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Man.
You know
that
what?
shit.
And I heard somebody talk about it, and so this is not. It's just what this person was talking about, but it's very true. Is that at least for that person, what he did wrong was, well, I guess his girlfriend did, but taking all these Instagram pictures with all this gold on. And that's what it was.
You created jealousy. You created envy.
It was a robbery. He goes,
Nah,
I know exactly where he's at.
Now I'll tell you what it
Big
was.
Daddy here.
I'll tell you what it was. That's what the folks thought it was. But they had already came out like in the media and all that shit. Said that there was already a family there whenever they had pulled up. You feel me? Like a son and father type shit. But before, like, they was plotting there, seeing them when they put up type shit, whoop-de-whoop, see them get out order, all that good shit.
Was they already have his eye on him?
Yeah, hell yeah. But that's the thing. That's what folks, I don't even want to get into, like, the Illuminati shit and how everybody thinks shit sacrifices. But the way I looked at it, P&B worth some money. Like, he worth some money. That's a self-made millionaire. And when you a big dog, you that lion, you can't just go back to the jungle where the gorillas are. The gorillas still hungry. The gorillas still going home tonight with no food in their stomach. You can't go flashing all these, everything that you got because they want that. You feel me? He went to one of the most dangerous spots that he could have picked. You feel me? With his shit on to go whoop de whoop with his girl and
Why would you do
shit.
that?
I don't know, folks. I don't know. I feel like folks be comfortable. I don't even be comfortable eating out of my own city. On my mama, I'm hitting drive through. Fuck the bullshit. Like
game. All that come up for nothing. Now you doing. And I hate to say this, but now you did all that come up. Now it's like, hey, this is what I did. Right in front of their face.
Yeah. That's exactly. That's what I'm saying. And like you. And the way I look at it, like it's like when I used to see, like, we used to have the Waco Summer Bash. When I used to see Zero and them coming out, the young and all them chains. But it's different because, like, they seen that shit, but they ain't seen that shit before. They don't got no money at home.
Yes.
Like, you walking in with a $250,000, maybe $1 million. He probably had a couple M's on him worth of jewelry. With Lil Cuddy, he's sitting over there and he ain't even got no food with a white tee on. He plotting.
What?
You can't do that. Like, you can't flash everything you got in front of somebody that got nothing. And that's just that's how I take it. I would have not felt comfortable. You know, that's like say like I blow up and I got change, you know, the watch up, like me going to the Richland Mall just walking around iced out. Them boys they gonna get that. They gonna take that. Even if I stop them, they still gonna try. Like these boys are jack boys. Jack boys are real still. Jackers are like people still get robbed. People still getting smoked. Like yes, and it's just folks don't see that shit till it happen to a celebrity. Yeah. But these folks don't give a fuck if you a celebrity because they not. You in their hood. They don't care about none of that. You feel me?
I agree totally, bro.
They just want to get you gone, get what you got, on to the next. That's it.
And there's people that are just blind. Their life is going great, which that's great. But sometimes it does help to do some deep diving and do some YouTube and see how these people getting jacked. If those people are out there, you got to protect yourself.
It's just self-awareness, man. You got to know where and where not to go. And that shit.
I'm not a politician, and we'll finish up with this. I'm not a politician, but, man, you ain't taking my guns from me. Here's the deal.
For real.
Because you know what? If we ain't got no guns, the people out there, they still going to get the guns. Yep. So don't come take my guns. Y'all got any shout-outs, fellas?
Man, all I got to say is just, man, shout out to Money Made Nero. You know, it's a whole bunch of MGOG, TSF shit, you know, we up there, boy, for real. Shout out to Polo Mob TV. That's my dog, OG, my boy working.
Always.
Shout out to Giovanni the King.
Always, same thing, hustling.
Man, and then shout out to Iconic for shooting my last video that on the flow. If it ain't iconic, it ain't smoking.
Hey.
Nah, for real.
So I definitely want to take a moment to shout out Blaine Hennon, the kid over at the Playground Studio, my acting manager, my producer, my fellow artist Markeith, Reed, all the promoters that I've been working with between DreamCon, WAW, Polo's gonna be on my list too, cause you know he started getting in my inbox a little bit, and I'm happy about that. Double Back Cinematic, The Right Shot Photography, Blue Shutter Media, that's who shoots my music videos. And really, man, just my whole support system, my music team, my fans, the audience, everybody, man. Like, it's a blessing to have all of them.
No, for real. I need to go ahead and throw that in there, too. Everybody that's been supporting me, whether you know me from this or there, I fuck with you. I appreciate it. That's love. You feel me? I love that shit. Man, free the guys, man. Free the guys and long live my gangsters, man.
Any shows coming up, y'all say?
You said shows? I definitely, like I said, if you want to catch me this weekend, I'll be hitting stage at the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill. Show starts at 4:30. I think music's gonna be somewhere closer to about 6, but it's a whole event worth coming to. So you might as well just show up at 4:30 and take it all in.
Nah, for real, soak the whole day in. Shit.
Anything you got coming up, brother?
Shit, I don't speak on my moves. I like to just pop out because
just drop moves.
Yeah.
Randomly.
It's mainly because I like to make sure that I'm really doing that shit too before I do it. You feel me? Like
that's true.
Like I like to make, cause I got some shit lined up, but it's just lined up. You feel me? I gotta make sure it's locked in. Then folks gonna hear a little something about it. But for now, I'm working. Just know that we working.
Real quick, I'll leave y'all alone. I'm sorry, fellas.
You good?
Sorry.
You good?
The Cowboys. What y'all think right now?
Hey,
we got Green Bay coming up. What we got on that?
All I got to say, we got back who we need back. Eagles fans, y'all already know. Y'all already know if Dak was playing, y'all's ass would have been grass. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit.
Who beat the other day?
Who?
They got beat the other day.
Hell no, they played them sorry ass Steelers. They better have won. But Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers, we coming for y'all. Ain't shit sweet this year. We got something to prove, especially to you.
I agree.
What
y'all think about? We might. You know what I'm gonna say right now.
Don't do it.
Odell?
We might. I've heard talks about Odell. Have y'all heard them the same thing?
If we do, it's gonna be some last minute type shit, and he gonna cost some money. Cause I'm already knowing. But Odell don't. Odell don't fuck with the Cowboys though. He don't. So
he's really
that's what I'm saying. So him coming to the Cowboys is probably very unlikely.
I can see
but
that.
But I mean, shit. Cooper went to the Browns. I'll be forgetting he's even over there. I see them play. I'll be like, what the fuck?
Dude, that's a death sentence.
Man, that's death row. That's it. You should have stayed, Coop. You should have stayed. You should have stayed. He thought he was gonna be like Beasley and have it good somewhere else. Nope, you out of there.
Oh my God! What do you think? You a Cowboy fan, brother?
I am a Cowboy fan. Having the kids the last few months, we haven't really been tuned in as much as possible. But I definitely get my own share of heckling from all the guys at work.
yeah,
and
shit,
shit, so.
You know, we always get that bullshit about Cowboys that make good in the '90s. You know what?
Yeah.
I ain't saying we're going to the Super Bowl, but I'm telling you what. I know there's gonna be some scared teams coming up.
Yeah,
Yep.
we finna get into some shit. I'm telling you.
They know the Dallas Cowboys. They know that first they know our conference already.
Yeah.
They know that we're the hardest conference, and they know right now the Cowboys. That defense is nasty.
It is
Everybody
nasty.
in the NFL knows the Cowboys defense is nasty.
Yep.
Once we start tweaking that offense, and we getting there.
Oh yeah, we getting there. It's just a lot. It's just a lot of shit. The Cowboys, we always fucking up somewhere.
Zeke's hurt.
And Zeke hurt.
But you know what Pollard said? You know what? Give me that ball.
A lot of Cowboys fans, y'all not gonna like me for saying this shit, but Pollard should have got the check. I'm telling you, Pollard is a monster, but I can't be mad because there ain't that many other teams that got a double back system like we do.
Right.
Most of them don't even got one running back. Shit, we got two, and they two of the best.
Go hard.
Yeah, so I can't be mad. It's just Zeke. If you see this, when you get better, do some running, man.
Yeah, you're Monday morning quarterback. What would you change right now? Because I tell you what, man, we won by 20, but I don't think we should. I think the game should have been more than that. I think not more than that. I think we should have got.
Shit, we need
20 put on us.
We need a line, man. Our line, it ain't even. Our O-line ain't even as strong as it used to be. Like it's not. We fucking up at center. As you can see, they hocking the ball like we in high school stealing shit. Dak 6-something, he reaching up and shit for. He not supposed to do that.
I think we're getting too many penalties.
See, the penalties ain't. We ain't too bad because, usually the Cowboys, we get about 20 or some a game. Right. You feel me? It's been a little different this year. Shit's been a little better.
It's been 15, 16.
Yeah, shit. We catching all the flags. But no, it's just, I don't know, that nervousness. I don't know. Everybody catches flags. We just be catching them hoes a little bit more than others.
I tell you what. Green Bay's gonna catch that ass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Y'all was the Cowboys fellas. I appreciate y'all doing
this. Yes, sir.
Hey, no problem. Hey, and not to add more time because I know we've been on here for a minute. I think I got one more track to run for the audience here before we leave.
You want us to do one?
I think I got one more on there.
Get up out this.
Okay, brother. I appreciate it.
Snider.
It's nice to meet you, Marty.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Lewis, when he leaves, could you shout out to Marty Marr out there? Hey, Lewis, when he leaves, could you lock that gate for me out there, Lewis? Thank you, brother. Go ahead and roll this track.
Bet. So this song right here is called Your Own Grave. Definitely, again, big shout out to my engineer.
Well, real quick, Lewis, you got a phone? Can you take a picture of us real quick, brother?
Oh, yeah.
Take a picture real quick, Lewis. Now, we'll just do it right here. We'll do it live. That's right.
The live picture.
Hey, you got a camera? You got your camera? Have you got one for you? Now this is getting weird. Have you got a camera? No. Have you got a camera? Yeah. Oh, you're using that too? Let me see that then, brother. I got this one. All right, there you go. That'll work. Whose camera is that? Yours? That's fine. Oh, that's what I'm saying. All right, here we go, fellas. 3, 2, 1, and... Thank you, brother. Marty Marr, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, brother. How about you?
You too, bro.
So what are you telling me about this team, brother?
Okay. So this track right here is called Your Own Grave. This one, my engineer, man, he put in a whole lot of work. Blaine definitely did his thing on this one. When I wrote it, it was in a key that was hard for me at the time to really deliver, and man, he was patient with me, and we really worked through this. But basically, Your Own Grave is about, being in one of those types of relationships where, you just kind of got to accept it for what it is. You got to understand you can't control people sometimes. And, you just got to kind of sit back and let somebody else do their own thing, and if they fall, they fall.
And that's hard to do.
It is, especially when you care about people.
Yes, sir. Hey, Lewis, I'm going to sit over here where Marty Marr was sitting at on that camera. Thank you, brother.
You can cue me up, Lewis, whenever you're ready.
Lewis wears many hats. Thank you for everything you do, Lewis. Great producer, dude. I'm telling you. He really is good. And then also using from other podcasts, Two Guitars and a Mic, him and my cousin Gabriel. But I'm blessed to have two good producers that love what they do. I can tell those guys rock it. So, just by the work they do. So, cue it up, Lou. DJ, spin that.
Throughout the years, I could never really control you. And aside from all the drama, I loved you like I was supposed to. More than hatred for your mama, felt like a felon in court. Was sentenced upgraded because of a little bondage the cops found on the floor when they were looking for evidence pertaining to a current situation. Is devastating to the kids as the anticipation of waiting for dad to leave must have seemed. Matter of fact, he should be back. Where's he at? Well, from the looks of a kid, your dad is trapped in the back of an SUV with his hands wrapped behind his back and he can't even see you. You might as well just step away from the curtain. I know you're hurting. Your daddy ain't perfect. Just know I'm working. I don't wanna know what you do when you're away. Every night I call, I pretend that you're not away. When you're out alone, I give a damn about your intentions. I'll sit back at home, I'll let you dig your own grave. I've watched you dig for so long that the distance that's in between us has made your life damn near impossible for me to help clean up. Even if I was close enough to help, the problems will build up. Unfortunately, there's not a building built in the States to heal us. We can make as many excuses as we need to say sorry and apologize for the wrongs that we created between the bodies. We promised each other in the beginning, watch our daughter grow to a different vision from what we envisioned. Got two children, they missing their father. The distance keeps getting farther. Been writing longer and longer. I'm feeling mentally stronger. No need to write in the corners. Conclusions keep being drawn. So tell me, mentally strong or emotionally scarred? I don't wanna know what you do when you're away. Every night I call, I pretend that you're not away. When you're out alone, I give a damn about your intentions. I'll sit back at home, I'll let you dig your own grave. When you're out alone, I give a damn about your intentions. I'll sit back at home, I'll let you dig your own grave.
Dude, that was hard, bro. That
Bet,
might have been the hardest one.
Bet, I appreciate
Dude,
that.
golly, that was badass, brother.
Thank
Man,
you,
there was a
thank
lot. There was a lot that you dished out on that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, you dished out a lot of real feelings in life.
Yeah. Well, in like I think I said it earlier, but music's just got to a really therapeutic part in my life. Like I need it like that, and then having like the audience support and the support to my fans. It's like I get to come out here, be vulnerable, and tell my side of the story about
Yes.
something, and then watching people get excited or to resonate well with it, it only like almost helps me get through a lot of the pain that I've been through.
For
because
sure.
It's like, bro, I don't feel alone in all this anymore.
Right, dude. Well, dude, you're a storyteller of your life.
Yeah.
Dude. But that's what we're the audience that you're singing to.
Absolutely.
And people like us, like music lovers, are just they're gonna be captivated because you really are spilling it out there, spilling your guts
Yeah.
out there, dude.
Yeah.
That's great, dude. You just like I say, you're a storyteller, almost like a poet.
Yeah.
But you're a musician. You'll be playing at the backyard Sunday.
This Sunday.
Sunday about 6, right?
Yeah, I'll probably hit the stage somewhere after 6. There's other artists performing
Oh,
at the
for
show,
sure.
and I'm not exactly sure the lineup right now, but like I
Nothing's
said,
everything on time in the music business,
they're not,
brother.
They're not. But again, that show starts at 4:30, and I'm gonna be ready to turn up. I'm gonna be fresh off a flight from Florida Sunday morning, so
you be nice,
I'm gonna be ready.
nice and crisp. You did. I was noticed real quick, brother. I see you had some kick-ass Jordans on. I'm a Jordan fan. Are you a shoe guy or?
I am a shoe guy. I am. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've really tried to like work on updating my image. We talked about that a little bit. Like you got to have the whole package now, and so yeah, definitely a sneakerhead, definitely a shoe head.
For sure.
And then now I'm in this point where I'm trying to find like the right shoes that rock with the appearance, you know.
Thank you.
So
I'm just kidding.
I'm with you.
I'm just kidding. I'm just saying that because I'm a shoe guy, dude. But you know, out of my wife, you know, she jokes around with me because I'm just into shoes. Not because just since I was a kid, I've always you know. Well, I've always dug shoes, especially the Jordans when they came in. Matter of fact, they were just the red and black was the high tops.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, I like these though. I like
Thank you,
these
brother.
most.
Thank you. I got those, and I got the opposite. I got the high top and the black.
Got you.
And
with
black,
the red
black
accent.
and red. Yeah.
Yeah.
And my awesome wife bought me those for Christmas. But I was just a fan back in the day, and I saw back in the days, you know, we're a bunch of country folks, so we couldn't afford them Jordans.
Right.
So I could get what I was getting, and later on, dude, my dad, once I started getting in high school, my dad would bust out, and well, he'd let me get once in a while some $100 shoes, and this is back in the 80s and 90s, brother.
That's like a $400 shoe.
Yes,
now.
dude.
Right.
And my dad was letting me, you know, he'd bitch about it, but he'd let me get some cool shoes. So
nice.
I've always been a shoe guy. I don't know why. I guess because I can't afford cars.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying?
You got to take the stairs there.
Yeah,
man. You got to take the stairs. You make it.
But thank you, brother, for doing this, man. Jonathan,
I really
do I call
appreciate
you John? Jonathan, what do people call you?
So anywhere where I'm acknowledging myself as, you know, my artist, my persona, you know, I'll take Snider on it.
Snider,
you know, Jay Snider has that extra syllable
Jay
in it.
Snider.
You know, but I've gone by Snider since I was in high school.
That's what's up, brother.
And, you know, definitely proud of my last name and where I come from. So, you know, I really just try to embrace that as much as I can.
Dude, it was great meeting you. It was great hearing your music, but your story. And, dude, I just love meeting new artists, dude. And I can tell you do what you do because you love it, brother.
Absolutely.
Thank you, my friends.
Absolutely.
Next week, I'm having a good friend of mine named Michael Saldana. He says he's retiring, but I don't believe him.
He's not retiring.
He is not retiring. He's too good a musician. I'm telling you, he's a great singer-songwriter. He's been around for a whole minute and still young. And I'll have him on next week.